Hello, guys. How are you today? So today's one of my favorite things that I like to do during the week. I love to mask my armpits. I know that is so weird if I get excited over masking my armpits. But here's the reason why I like to mask my armpits. Because that is where our lymph nodes are, and that's where we need to detox. So anytime you've been sick, had a cold, the flu, if you've eaten crappy food, anything like that, that's where it comes out of your body, is it sweats it out. A lot of people start a natural deodorant, an aluminum-free deodorant, but they can't handle the stench or the sweat. Well, an aluminum-free deodorant, a non-antiperspirant, antiperspirant is supposed to block your pores so you don't sweat at all. And then you take away that aluminum and that deodorant, you're going to sweat. So that's why people are like, oh my God, can't do this. They tried it one time and they're like, I'm done. I can't. So there are things that can help you. Detoxing your armpits is one of them. So I had kind of a weekend where I ate junk food. I already detoxed my pits a couple times a month because I've gotten myself to that point. But if I've had crappy food during the weekend or if I've been sick, I definitely detox. So all I do is I use this clay mask. And so I put it on about 10 minutes before I'm getting ready to go take a shower. So as you can see here, I don't want to show you guys my armpits, but as you can see, I'm just putting it on my armpit here. And then I'll leave it on for a good 10-15 minutes. Because then it's going to help detox I know this is such a weird, part of where I'm at, but a lot of people, this is really taboo because they're like, oh my gosh, I would never detox my armpits. I'm going to tell you guys, that's where everything comes out of. That's where they're finding people who are using regular deodorant that's not aluminum free, that's full of chemicals. Your lymph nodes, which also goes around your breast area, that's also causing potential cancers. They're finding with higher risk of breast cancer, that kind of thing. So first of all, removing that aluminum and the chemical from that area is going to be one of the best decisions you've ever made. But detoxing your armpits will help that process. So if you've ever tried aluminum-free deodorant and you're in non-antiperspirant, because antiperspirant is just as bad, it's clogging you from sweating, okay? So, and deodorant, it's clogging you from sweating or having any stench. Well, we're supposed to. That's what's coming out of our lymph nodes. When you're smelling onions or sweet or sour smell, that's normal. Our body's supposed to do that. That means the stuff is coming out of our body that needs to get rid of. Unfortunately, we have been conditioned to believe that we're not supposed to have any of that. Well, when you start switching over to aluminum free, you start seeing those. So this helps with that detox faster. Now, everybody's different. Some people can detox their armpits in a month. Some people can detox their armpits. It can take 3 months. Some people can detox their armpits and it can take 6 months. Everybody's different. I know it took me a long time. If you think about it, we have used years and years and years of toxic chemical in our armpit. Okay, years of that. So it's kind of like starting a diet. It ain't going to happen in 2 days. People aren't going to say anything in 3 weeks. It takes 8 to 12 weeks for people just to notice that you've lost weight. Okay, so it's just like any type of medications. That's another reason why you should be detoxing your pits. Because whenever you start new medications, any hormonal changes, if you're going through menopause, anything like that, that also affects the armpit area lymph nodes. So that's just where everything is excreted through to remove any, bacteria or anything. That's why when they tell you to do lymph drainage, from up in here in your sinuses and pulling it down, that's where you're getting that lymph drainage, and you're always pulling it up to the ear because it comes down and then it comes out of the armpit. So what do I do? Daily in the shower, I use a charcoal bar. I use a charcoal bar on my armpit because that actually is antibacterial, antimicrobial. Now, not all charcoal bars are the same. The one that I use is non-drying. It's really great for body acne, but it kills the bacteria daily on the armpit. So I use that daily on my armpit in the shower. And then once or twice a week when I first started, I actually detoxed twice a week when I was going through my detox process, because I had really bad pits. Let's just put it that way. I hate to sound vulgar, but I had really stinky pits. And I just kept pushing through. It's kind of like a detox for your body. Like, you just got to push through and, you know, do the things that you need to do and to help prevent it. So then, you know, once you get through that hump, you're like, oh, this is so much better. So I use this on my armpits a couple of times a week. It's a clay mask. It has tea tree, cinnamon bark. It has, what else do I want to say? White carrot oil in it. And so there's a couple other things in it, but those are the things that really help with detox, killing bacterial, antimicrobial. I also use this on my pores, on my nose, and on my chin. I use this once a week on the areas that I have the most oil and pory areas on my face, because that helps pull the dirt, the gunk, and the oil from there. It's not a mask that you want to put all over your face because it can be very drying. That's why we put it on our armpits, because it's drying. It's not going to dry them out to where it's like flaking, but it's going to help. So I like to do this a couple times a week when I first started detoxing. Eventually I got myself to the point where I only had to do it once a month. I've been really bad at it, so I'm kind of starting back and doing it every week. So then I can get back to the once a month. Not everybody's like that. Just like I only wash my hair every 7 days. Some people can't do that. They're like, oh my gosh, I could never do that. Well, we're going on, like that's my gray hair right there, but we're going on 6 days with my hair not washed, and it's not even oily yet because my hair's oil trained. A lot of things. We don't need to wash our hair every day. It actually hurts our scalp and it can make our hair fade faster. So that's when we wash every 7 days, but that's a different thing. So I like to use this clay mask, and I love the ingredients that are in it because it really helps with the oil control, pulling out the gunk. And then what I like to do afterwards is I like to actually use a toning pad that has lactic acid in it. I think they're all downstairs, so I won't be able to do that tonight. I'll just do it in the morning. And I like to, this takes the first layer of gunk off, this mask. And then I take a lactic acid pad and it really gets down in there and it just kind of removes that. I do that once a week as well, on top of the charcoal bar. But I love using this stuff. It's been the cat's meow for me. I've always struggled with my armpits. Even before, when I was using non-aluminum free, I struggled. I was like sweating like a 14-year-old boy, like a teenager. Like, it was horrible. So to me, to find something that will help me through that detox, but also allow me to wear aluminum free deodorant and not sweat or stench, so has been really helpful. So normally Mondays are mask days for me to show you guys. So that's why we're doing it. So I'm gonna been on here for almost 10 minutes with you guys. I'm gonna sit this on here for another minute or two. I'm gonna take it off, and then my armpits will be detoxed. So if you guys struggle with sweating, if you struggle with switching over, comment below, because you're not alone. I promise you're not alone. Don't forget, our $42 box is almost sold out. You get $80 worth of product. You get our Botox. You get our Botox in a bottle and our Botox in the bottle for your face and for your body. So it's $80 value. So make sure you comment box below if you have not snagged it. So have a great evening, guys.